So, what are you guys making for dinner? Brisket and ribs, I hope.
That title is definitely clickbait, but I did want to talk about Clubhouse, the biggest social media app of 2021, and talk a little bit about why I think it could be acquired by Facebook and why it's seen a lot of growth in the past few months. Hey guys, it's Zito here. On my channel, we talk about businesses and startups that are changing the world today. Obviously, the topic of today is Clubhouse, the new audio-only social media platform that has blown up in the past 3 months. So what is Clubhouse and why does it matter? Clubhouse is an invite-only drop-in audio platform that has rooms you can join to listen to people talk. So essentially it works like a podcast but in real time. You can search for different rooms on the app and find one that you like. You can join the room and there's up to 5,000 people who can join the room, and you can raise your hand at any moment and be brought up onto the stage to talk about whatever topic. One of the major points of Clubhouse is that it's not anonymous. When you sign up, they actually ask you to use your real name, so it kind of forces you to be authentic and be yourself, because it's not like Reddit where you can post random things and fake things that aren't really related to you. You kind of have to be authentic on the app, which is kind of a selling point that I think most people have not gotten out of a lot of the social apps as of late. I really think that it was engineered to blow up because Andreessen Horowitz actually invested a ton of money into it. In May, they led the Series A and valued the company at over $100 million. And back in May, they only had 5,000 beta users on the app. So obviously they thought that this would be a big social platform for time to come. And recently they just raised another Series B round with Andreessen and valued Clubhouse at around $1 billion, which kind of makes sense after we go through some of the next things. So my thoughts around the app. I think the app is great. It's been a huge trend in the news and media as of the last few weeks due to a few reasons. One being that they've got a lot of big celebrities that have recently joined the app, including Elon Musk and Mark Zuckerberg. It's super easy to navigate and super easy to hop into a room and just start listening. And you don't have to intently listen to these rooms when people are talking. It's kind of nice to be able to do other things, multitask while you're in a Clubhouse room live. It's sort of like listening to a podcast in that sense, but also you can chime in if you were to have a point that you wanted to make. Another selling point of the app is how authentic it feels. So because it's live and not edited like a podcast, there's a serendipity to jumping into a room and listening to a certain point in the conversation and then being able to raise your hand and talk and add points to it, as well as having random celebrities or people you like to follow. They might just jump in at any moment. I think it's really interesting to have that serendipitous feel to it that a lot of social platforms are missing as of today. So people are asking, why is it better than a podcast? Well, a few reasons. I think it lowers the friction to talk to an audience. You can start a room easily and you can start talking to your audience. As a creator, this is really interesting because you have a direct conversation with your audience and they can ask you questions one-on-one, kind of like a talk show, I guess. Another thing is that it actually amplifies your publishing speed because there's no recording, no editing. At least as of right now, those aren't capabilities within the app. So I think that Clubhouse has a lot of advantages in terms of getting content out there quickly. The last is that the app is designed to be interactive. You know, you have people up on stage, but you can raise your hand at any moment to join the conversation, which kind of adds to the excitement of being in a room at a certain time of the day. So I can really see Clubhouse being sort of like a late night talk show where celebrities or industry experts pop in at any moment. An example of this is on the Good Times show. They actually had Elon Musk and Mark Zuckerberg on different times, different days on the show.
I'm making meats now, smoking these meats here.
Being interviewed one-on-one with Q&A sessions. So that was pretty interesting to get that sort of authentic feel and the live feel of sort of a talk show. Another thing I think they should include on the app are more moderator tools. So when you start a room, they should have different tools related to, you know, how long people can talk, kind of like a shot clock in basketball. There should be a maximum time that people can talk on the app because people seem to go on long tangents on the app and it kind of makes me want to leave the room when people do that, as well as reminders for the moderators to move the conversation along, and maybe have a public Q&A where people can submit questions publicly, and then the moderator can choose the most upvoted ones. I think this would be a really good tool for moderators to keep it fresh and interesting for the audience who are showing retention and interest in the conversation at the time. So the reason I think that Facebook or another social network will buy Clubhouse is because it was reported that Facebook is actually creating a copycat clone of the app. Mark Zuckerberg was on the app the other week, so I'm sure that he has teams dedicated to building something very similar. Also, Twitter has their beta product called Twitter Spaces, where you can invite people to a live audio chat, only up to 10 people. But these audio-based social networks are growing a lot, and I think that Clubhouse could be an acquisition target for one of these companies in the near future, depending on if they grow fast enough and if they build a big enough influence on typical media channels. But yeah, I hope that clickbait, was worth your time. If you're interested in talking about startups or business, I am going to create more videos related to things like that. Until next time, I will see you later. Peace.